What's up, everybody? Welcome to Metal Remains Backstage. I'm Manuel from Spain, and all the way from Stockholm, Sweden, we have Johan from the band Candlemass. Hi, Johan. How are you?
Hello, Manuel. I'm fine. No problems with me. I'm ready to answer your questions.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for joining us. And I would like to start like we start most of our interviews by asking you what's currently on your playlist? What have you been listening to recently?
I've been listening actually to Yellowsick. Do you know about them?
Well, I've heard the name, but I'm not familiar with the music.
Yeah.
What is it?
He's I think they're from Croatia, something like that. And they're a young band, really good musicians. And some of the songs that they've done are really interesting to me. And he's a really good singer, the guy. Dino, I think, is his name.
All right. Well, we're gonna make sure to check it out. For me, what I've been listening through was Black Star, your latest EP, which is set for release on May 9th. So it's about to be available to the audience. It's pretty good. I liked it, but I wanted to know what was the inspiration for selecting the songs that you are covering in this EP?
As probably many of you guys know, Leif is an old Black Sabbath fan, and also an old what do you say? Pentagram fan.
Yeah.
You know, he's pretty much nerdy when it comes to the old music, and he has got probably almost everything that you can have at home. So. He was the main cause why we're doing these songs.
Okay.
But you know, we all are Black Sabbath fans, and the other guys, they are Pentagram fans, and I knew about Pentagram myself too, but I wasn't that familiar. I am not that familiar with the history of Pentagram.
Oh, I see. Well, it's a very storied band, such as yours, of course. I wanted to ask, just by curiosity, will you be able to attend the last Black Sabbath show in Birmingham?
Unfortunately not. I guess that the place is already sold out. But
I had a personal struggle trying to get tickets for me. It wasn't possible. Just it was like 4 days of trying, not available.
Yeah. But I really would love to see that. But unfortunately, all the summer things is starting up now for us.
Yeah,
so
it
starts actually this
busy.
weekend. We're leaving for Venezuela actually.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys. So if you have some extra tickets and you want to get them sent over to Johan's, maybe he can get some time off.
I haven't got the dates for our own shows in my head, so I can't say yes to that. Sorry.
Okay, Johan. Now, your latest album before the EP was Sweet Evil Son, which came out on 2022. So it's been about 3 years ever since that came out. 2 very good reviews. It was very well received by fans. I'm sure that Black Star, it's like an appetizer for whatever's coming next from Candlemass.
I can't speak for Leif, but I'm pretty sure that he has got a couple of songs at least in his head so far, and there will probably be an album. I can't give you a time schedule, but you know, if you're a songwriter, you just can't stop writing right away.
It's a full-time job.
This is something. Yeah, it's something that is going on all the time. So But we haven't been talking about anything yet so
Okay.
far. So,
So it's still in the
and
works, definitely.
you never know. I can't answer that right
Okay,
now,
okay.
but I'm sure that he will write more music.
Yeah, yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that will make your 14th record, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe you're right about
I
that.
did the
Yeah.
math and I'm pretty sure. So there you go, guys. Please stay tuned for whatever comes from Candlemass next. And a band that has been around for so long must have something special to stay relevant all the way through now. So, what can you tell us in your experience or from your point of view that has made you relevant still today?
Speaking for myself, you know, it's about the passion for music, and the day when I don't feel the same about music as I do today, I will probably end it all. But you know, I love being a part of Candlemass, and being a part of music has been a part of me for actually all of my life. So I guess that will follow me all the way to the grave.
Well, that sounds the best way to go
and,
with
and
music.
and you know, I think we've had a pretty good time these 7 years now. So you know, it's everything is pretty easy going. We're more mature adults, and you know, we're pretty calm. We know when we're out there on the road that there is a job we have to do, and we all have got the same ambition about always do the shows as good as we can. So I think the fire is there, even though we're a bit slower now.
Well, I'm pretty sure that that never minded the fans of your music. They like heavy. They care about space between beats and not all about fast paced. I'm sure. And talking about that theme of relevancy, are you familiar with any bands or projects that you could consider to be keeping up the banner for metal?
What can I say? I can tell you that I've realized that a lot of our audience, a lot of the people in the audience these days are very young. Actually, I think even from the age of
Yeah.
15, 20 years old. So I'm pretty sure that we've got new generations listening to the old stuff, actually. So I'm not worried. You know, you meet young people full of passion for this kind of music. So I guess the show goes on.
Yeah, the show will go on, and I'm sure that metal will continue forward as well. I have a 12-year-old, and he's starting to come to shows with me, and he's learning, of course. But I see a lot of kids in the pits, in the crowds, and of course making their own bands.
Yeah, you know, they find their dad's or mother's old records, and they start listening to it, and then they all of a sudden, this is really good. Because you know, there was a lot of music, a lot of good music made in the 70s and the 80s. So to me, great songs survive in one way or another, and I think the new generation, they when they listen to it, they realize that there is a treasure hidden back in the 80s and the 70s.
Yeah, definitely. Do you remember how was it for you when you started? What was it that caught your attention into metal?
Yeah, to me, it started with, you know, as when I was maybe 8, 9 years old, I listened to, you know, jukebox.
Hmm.
You paid a coin or two to listen to a single
Yeah.
somewhere, and I think I used to play T-Rex and Mud in the very beginning, and then, you know, there was a couple of years later I started listening to punk rock a lot,
Wow.
Swedish bands. And then I found Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. And I guess that's the point when I and my friends, when we decided to start a band a couple of years later on. So, I fell in love with Judas Priest and the vocals of Rob Halford.
Very well. And during your career, I'm pretty sure your paths have joined from time to time. Are there any experiences you can share about that?
For sure. Yeah, then Black Sabbath, the Rainbow stuff, Scorpions, the first albums with Van Halen, of course, and Rainbow, Dio stuff, and those old records.
Okay, very well. And now we would like to close this chat by asking you, what is one of your most treasured backstage moments?
My most treasured backstage moment. Every single show, the minutes before the show is always exciting. You're nervous, you feel the adrenaline is coming, and then you just walk on stage. And sometimes you get into trouble, your guitar has been lost at the airport or that, but that's, I guess, it's a thing that happens to a lot of others as well. You've lost your suitcase, you have to change clothes or something like that. But no, nothing special.
Okay, very well. Well, there you have it, guys. Today is the release day of Black Star, the latest release from Candlemass. Make sure to buy and stream it to double support the band, and of course to join them on their shows live whenever they are near your city. Johan, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Manuel. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much, and stay metal.
Yeah.